Hey, come on. Hey, what?
Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Let's chit chat, this is the show now.
Come on.
Bad black mama's gonna let you know now. Here we go, here we go, here we go now.
Come on.
Let's chit chat, let's chit chat, let's chit chat, sis. Hey,
What's up?
let's chit chat, let's chit chat, let's chit chat, sis. Hey.
But before we get started and introduce our lovely guest tonight, I just wanted to go over one thing that probably not really a hot topic or an icebreaker, like Jay always say, the icebreakers. Um, do you know that it's a syndrome actually going around that is affecting people from our COVID time? It's actually a post-COVID syndrome, the
Yeah.
imposter syndrome. Have y'all been hearing about the imposter syndrome that is causing people to have distress, major anxiety, and even like suicidal tendencies because of post COVID?
I have a lot of people calling
Hey,
me on the phone about that.
you say imposters? I haven't heard of that. Imposters?
There is an imposter syndrome, but
The
yeah.
imposter
So
syndrome.
it's not real. So that means it's not real.
Well, it
It's
comes
an
from,
imposter.
yeah, it comes from this. Well, we think about COVID, right, Jay? We think
Right.
about we all been locked
Right.
down in COVID, and
Right.
because of COVID, a lot of people had to reinvent themselves. Okay,
Right.
because you've been people lost their jobs. That was the biggest thing. They lost their jobs, and
Mhm.
either their
Hmm.
jobs went away, or they can't get the same job they had before because childcare is scarce now, or their employer is requiring them to do things, and they're just not feeling comfortable with going back into the same setting because they just feel scared for their health. So they what was that?
Your
Reinvented.
face, Dave.
I saw that face. They reinvented themselves.
Vibrator.
They reinvented themselves to be something, and now they're very uncomfortable. And that's what the imposter syndrome is, because they're not comfortable with being this new person. So they are dealing with major anxiety,
Mhm.
and they're really stressed, and they are having high suicide tendencies. So I was just asking you guys, have you heard of this? And now we are considered, quote quote, the post-COVID um time frame, which I don't believe we're in a post-COVID time frame. I think
Mhm.
it's still going on. If you only say that 47% of people are vaccinated. But can you guys relate? And I say this to both you because um audience listening, Jay and Celeste are life coaches. So are you guys hearing feedback from, your clients about people suffering from having to take on an identity that they're not comfortable with?
Well, you know I am. I'm getting a lot of phone calls. I'm getting, first of all, imposter syndrome is real. So I had imposter syndrome after I quit my job after 22 years, because you get in a position where you really don't know what you don't know yet. And
Mhm.
you're trying to maneuver through it. Just like Jay, when you get a new position somewhere, you be faking the funk half the time. You be like, you just so glad you learned something that day. But think about being in that all the time, constantly. Some
Yeah.
people are having a really hard time adjusting. New place,
Right.
new house, new income. Relationship might be over that we had before the COVID. Now it ain't. People are really suffering. And what's happening now is we're so unsure. We're so unsure of whether or not we're going to be able to get through it.
Mm,
We've lost people, we've lost jobs. And
right.
I'm getting people that talking about, I'm better today, but yesterday I wanted to be out of this world. I didn't want to be here no more.
That's why I just wanted to touch on it, because maybe we need to do an episode on that. But what
Mhm.
are you hearing anything about this, Jay?
Yeah, definitely. Like post-traumatic stress disorder. Um,
Mhm.
the imposter part of it is I'm not that familiar with that, but I understand. And thanks, Celeste, too, for sharing that with me. So I now have a little better understanding because I hadn't heard of it in that aspect. But definitely post-traumatic stress disorder. Behavioral health is very, very busy right now. It really is, because a lot of people are out here suffering, as you were saying, because they're not comfortable and not able to make that transition smoothly. Now that we're back in the working force, now that my kids are no longer home. A lot of things, as you said. Now, I did lose that job. I'm working this new job. Some people are now going through a transition because their job is making them stay home now. A lot of the brick and mortar is changing. This workforce, this thing has done a lot. And so people are making adjustments on different levels because of COVID-19. And then you're still dealing with the fact that it is not over. So for some of those folks like myself, I'm still wearing my mask. I'm fully vaccinated since February.
Mhm.
And I'm still wearing my mask in more places.
I actually had a hard time going back outside, guys. I had been in
Right,
so comfortable and had such a routine, come in, wipe off everything.
right,
And then
right.
now when I go outside, I look outside like there's a let me run to the store, run back, because I'm comfortable at home now.
Sure.
So
So
yeah,
definitely the mental health aspect of it is real because there's still a lot of paranoia going on there. And then a lot of people still like, hey, it's just not over. I'm not going to take that chance because if you really tune in now and then and listen to the CDC and all that, they're talking about the variant and they're saying, hey, you're vaccinated, you should feel comfortable, but hey, don't take this variant lightly. So there's still a lot of stress associated with COVID-19 right now. But
Yeah,
that imposter, that part, I never heard of that. The
yeah,
imposter.
that's huge. I mean, it's huge. If you get a chance, look it up where people have to, I say, reinvent themselves so they don't feel like, I wouldn't use the word imposter for myself when I reinvent myself, but because they call it imposter syndrome, because they do not feel comfortable with taking on these new roles, they feel like it's something that has been forced upon them and they're like almost acting it out. So if you have to do this day in and day out, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
i.e.
Not
remote
them,
teaching your kids at home. You
right?
know you ain't no teacher.
You know you're not no teacher
You
and you
ain't no
Right.
teacher.
really have a
So,
breakdown over that becoming
so,
a teacher, you know?
so you're living a facade. I
Yeah,
understand now. You're living a facade.
I,
not
Exactly.
God, it's
You're living a life that you're really not authentically,
right.
um,
you're not,
happy with. You're not comfortable
no,
with it. It's
not
not. You're
comfortable.
just doing it because you kind of go through the motions.
Well, you could be really good at it and still feel like I'm faking it. Like I'm really not. I'm good at it, but it's by accident.
It's almost like your self-confidence, you don't have self-confidence in what you're doing. That's the biggest thing. You don't have self-confidence in it, but you must do this because this is becoming your new norm. So this leads right into our topic today, about how the pressure, and this is only a segue to our topic, but it does lead into a lot of things because women had to juggle a lot. Not to say that men didn't, because I don't want nobody to come after me. But women had to juggle a lot in the COVID era because you know with the the stress and the strain that we go through normally. And again, I say this because I do not want to offend, but the stress and the strain that women, mainly women of color, we go through of what we go through in the workforce, as being entrepreneurs and in relationships, um, it's a lot of pressure on us to exceed the exception, so that's our topic tonight, the pressure that's put on women in the society, and mainly women of color. So before we get started, I definitely want to give a warm welcome to Crystal. She is the podcast host of High Heels and Tea podcast, and I am so grateful that you are here because she's a podcaster just like we are podcasters. And when the podcasters get together, we really can gel and talk about some things because we all can relate. So
Yeah.
welcome, Crystal, and tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. You guys have been having me rolling, and I definitely love your introduction. It was so intriguing. But the High Heels and Tea podcast is a podcast for womanhood. I like to just say we give free game on womanhood, and where that births from is just talking about past experience, current experience as women that we go through to connect with other women. And it's like, you don't have to feel ashamed. You don't have to feel alone or as if you're the only person that's going through this. Let us share with you some of our experiences and also just let we also may have went through it and connect with you with that. And so me, Crystal Lee, been in the shoe retail business for a little over 7 years now. And I was looking for another woman to also do this with, which is my co-host you see here, Rihanna Hunt. And she's also in the shoe retail industry. So for us both, it is really dope that we came together to discuss these different topics from entrepreneurship, relationships, friendships. We talk about it all, and it just give free game on womanhood.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet both of you guys. Well, ladies, I see you shaking all that beautiful hair. Meet both of you ladies.
Welcome to the porch, ladies. Welcome to the porch.
So, we can't express enough that it's important to give everybody their credit where credit is due.
Mhm,
All of us do different things in our daily lives.
mhm,
As I said, Jay is a life coach. Celeste is a life coach. Uh,
mhm.
I am a IT major. I'm a contract writer. So I'm a hairdresser of 30 years and so on and so on. I do many, many things. But, at the end of the day, I'm a podcaster. I'm a Black woman podcaster. And that's probably the title that I'm loving the most. But I'm a mom. I'm a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
I
juggle
believe it.
so many different things, and,
Yeah.
the pressure that I feel that I have to always compete with is I compete against my coworkers, you know what I mean, to get a promotion. I compete against my own self, you know what I mean, to make sure I'm good enough and keeping up with standards that I have for my own self. And I just compete against that Caucasian woman, you know what I mean, because that's just real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's real because there's laws in place that benefit her that don't benefit me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I compete that black brother, even though I have a husband that I love dearly, I still want to walk down the street and that black brother look at me and say, "This is a gorgeous black woman." So it's a lot of competition that I have to deal with day in and day out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one thing I can't do, I feel like I can't do, is say, "Damn, I need some help because I'm tired." You see what I'm saying? I can't do that because then I feel like I'm considered a failure. You know what I mean? I'm failing at my life because the world doesn't accept that from me. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I feel the pressure of the world is on me, but sometimes being that way, I feel like if I don't take a break or step back, then life will force me to step back, because
Right.
you can mentally start to have breakdowns and anxiety attacks and so on and so on. And don't let me tell you, because I've had them all. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
had them all.
Yeah.
And with God's grace and mercy, I've recovered and I'm here to speak today. But I'm not going to run the show. So, ladies, when you think about the pressures of
Mhm.
women, you know what I mean? What comes to mind for you?
Um, for me, I would definitely say almost everything you just mentioned. The biggest thing is just keeping yourself apart, like looking a certain way at all times. You know, excuse me, with us being in this social media age, and also us being entrepreneurs, we're also mothers, wives, we have professional careers, all this good stuff. And I'll speak to my experience as a woman and let Rihanna speak to hers. But from my experience, I just focus when it comes to social media on my brand and branding.
Hmm.
So you do have a lot of pressure to just always have a certain appearance as a woman. Not that you try to be fake or not your authentic self, but you try to connect with certain women to draw more attention to your brand. When it comes down to anything else at this point in my life, it's no longer a pressure for me.
Uh-huh.
Even just saying, sometimes I look at social media as a sense of pressure. That's really not pressure for me, but that's something that will make me be like, do I want to post this? Yes or no? And get the anxiety and all that good stuff come into place. But other than that, I'm kind of more so just disconnected and detached from a lot of things. And what I learned was that we become codependent on so many different things. Even as a mother, become codependent on your children. As a wife, you become codependent on your husband. You know, as a co-worker, you become codependent on what your boss feel about you. So for me, it took me a while to release those dependencies to show up as who I am and as myself.
Mhm.
So I don't really have that much today, but I've definitely experienced that too.
Mhm.
What about you?
I kind of agree with you as well, Crystal. I think, as you know, I kind of always take a step back from social media, and kind of really just do my own thing. I think where I'm guilty at as far as like just being under the societal issue is just like being afraid to step out and do certain things. I know that you told me before, as far as my platform goes, just being me and putting myself out there instead of just like branding or just putting my shoes out there, but as well as including myself in that brand as well. So, like sometimes when I post certain pictures, or as you said, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily anxiety, but it's like you got all of these different factors that play a part. You got the thirst traps, you got the the people that are actually
Hold on,
there for the
hold on. What did you say they were?
the, the thirst traps.
Yeah.
You ain't hip, Kim. You ain't hip, Kim.
Listen, I've heard of it, but break it down for me, please. Can
Tell
you
them
just
what the
break it down?
thirst trap
Thirsty
is.
boo. The
Oh,
thirsty one. Okay.
oh man, they thirsty. They real thirsty.
They thirsty.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
In relation to social media, what is
Yeah,
that
what
like?
do you mean
Is
they
it like
thirsty? What
a
that mean?
group or something?
What they mean?
No. So what? So
They
what a
old.
thirst?
They old. No, not me. Not me.
We old, but we want to hear.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what?
yeah. I want to
But
know though.
I'm pretty sure your beautiful self know what a thirst trap is, regardless to you being married or not. Really, what a thirst trap is when you post a certain type of picture on social media and you get those 1,000 random inboxes from all these different men that you're like, oh, I didn't do this for this.
I didn't mean to do that.
I did this because I thought this was a nice photo, and I wanted to brand and market for my business.
So I mean, I'm just saying for clarification, old country boy. We say nice. Are we saying sexy nice? Is that what I'm saying? That gets 1,000? Because you
If
just
you're
stand
sexy,
there,
you're
you
sexy.
stand there holding some flowers, beside a flagpole. You get 1,000 men, or you saying? I'm just wondering. When you say a nice picture, is it on the side of a sexy nice picture? Is that what the thirst trap picture would be?
Honestly, it
It'd be a
doesn't
thirst
matter.
trap.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
I
So
mean,
it's really the guys in your inbox is what makes it a thirst trap. No matter what it is, you can just be a headshot. If guys are in your inbox, then that's a thirst trap. Is that what I'm understanding?
not quite, not quite. So let me define it a
You
little
break
bit
it down
more.
for me. Break it down for
Just
me.
a little bit more. So
Make it
what
plain. Make it plain.
me and Rihanna, we both sell women's shoes, right? So if we were to take a picture, unless it's just a shoe selfie, which is when you just take a picture of your shoes, if we were to take a picture, we might sit down, show our legs, be clothed with shorts on and a shirt, etc., and show your legs and pose a certain way to get that picture. Your behind doesn't have to be showing, your cleavage doesn't have to be
Got
showing.
you. I got you.
And because it's legs, because it's feet, you know,
Right.
it will draw certain types of attention. And with me,
Right.
I got these thick thighs, thick, strong legs, and there will be a problem, you know. So what she's saying is that, you know, you before you post a picture, you try to just make it not try, but your intent is that it's about your brand, but so many other questions can come out of it and it will discourage you for even just promoting yourself. So you're
Wow.
not
Right.
looking for attention.
Wow.
You're not trying to, you know, be setting up thirst traps, or you're just trying to promote your brand. But
Right.
all this pressure of other women that actually intentionally post stuff like that, and that's the type of attention that they want, it causes anxiety on you because that's not even your angle. That's not what you're
Trying not to be that,
interested in.
right? Trying
So
not to be that. Wow.
for example,
Wow.
Jay, like as Crystal mentioned about feet, we're selling shoes. We may have on some nice sandals. We may post it just a picture of our feet. The thirst trap would be something like, "Oh, I suck toes. Oh, you have nice feet."
I got you. See, I'm learning now. So the thirst trap is dudes all up in your DM with
Mhm.
messages in relation to your pictures that you're not even trying to put it out there like that.
No, you
I
don't want
got you.
it.
I got you. Wow.
It's
Wow.
like
So
I just
that
want to
is
sell
pressure. That
shoes.
is pressure.
Period.
And
Wow. I did not know.
that
Y'all,
takes it
y'all
to a
know it.
new level. You know what I mean? Because this, and honestly, you have a business. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we all know that brick and mortar is something that is going away. So online presence is great.
Mhm.
So you just putting that shoe up there by itself without your presence, um, kind of minimize you selling that shoe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You have to be present in that selling that shoe.
Yep,
Um,
personal branding is
So,
important.
so let me ask y'all this then. Is it any kind of compliment? Like if you just say, y'all got nice shoes, is that a thirst? I'm just saying, those are nice shoes.
You could say that's a nice shoe. That's not thirsty
No.
to say that. But do will a man or male say that? No. Even if in Kenny, even if you use a model, it's the same attention. And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
the
I
model,
ain't getting nobody no compliments no more.
yeah,
Then.
for me,
I
like
ain't,
if
I ain't saying nothing nice. I ain't in no thirst traps.
It's
I
not
ain't
what
in
it's
no
you
thirst
not
traps.
what
yeah.
Well,
you
you
say,
was
it's
saying
how
you
you
said
say
this
it, Jay.
comment.
It's
I mean, you was saying what
Don't
you
act thirsty. Don't act thirsty.
don't act thirsty.
thirsty is
If I say the shoes look nice, they might think I'm thirsty. Old man, thirsty old man. If I say the shoes
Maybe,
look nice.
and then follow up with I buy 2 pair. And then that's
There we
thirsty.
Oh,
go.
there you go.
There we go.
Exactly.
She
Exactly.
I'm
Be
gonna buy my
thirsty
Okay.
and
girlfriend
support.
2 pairs of shoes and my mama
All
pair.
right, let me see them then. Just show me the shoes after the show then. Let me see
That's
what the shoes
right.
look like.
In her hand, not on her leg.
Support black business. So that's a good one. So
Right, right,
I,
exactly. I support y'all.
Celeste, we need to hear from you. What do
well,
you?
I think, first of all, I just want to tell you, I could shake my head too, because when she shook her head, you had to make all this. So, come on. Syndrome, right? Syndrome. What? Shaking her hair, making it all pretty and stuff. But I think this is not the
That's what
same.
she was. I didn't know. I was like, what is Celeste saying? Shake my hair for? I didn't
She
know.
got
I didn't
on,
know what
she
she
did
meant.
the bouncing and behaving, and Kimmy said, "Oh, her beautiful hair." She ain't say that to the
Okay, okay. I got you.
whatever. So,
I
well,
did.
I
I
will
missed
say
that.
this. I will say this. First, I'm gonna piggyback on what you ladies said. So it has nothing to do with being thirst trap. But when I was working on my brand, I have a lot of piercings, and I had a tongue piercing. And although I'm very clever about the way it shows, sometimes it showed. And this one
I
guy
need to
was
ask
in,
questions about that.
he would be he would be in my inbox so much so that he was like, I couldn't see it today. I ignored him. I do the Try It Tuesday segments, and he would literally. And one guy finally said, "You gonna make me hurt this guy because he's always posted." Darrell, he said, "Take it out your mouth," and he couldn't concentrate. I was getting people, "Oh man, I was watching you. You ain't got no piercing no more." I'm like, what?
Is that off topic, or that still kind of fall under the pressure of women to know what do you have to do with
Well, it
the
does.
tongue ring? I
And
need to know. Is that
No,
pressure when you had a tongue
oh,
ring in?
Jay, just
okay,
sometimes.
so
What
I'm gonna reverse it for you, Jay, because you up next. And the only reason I have to reverse it because we talking about the topic of the pressure for women. Now I'm gonna reverse it.
Me too.
You said this is on topic. Well, when men do this, and somebody's put a DM in your box because Jay, if you go to his page, Jay puts a lot of pictures of himself out there, okay, and they're very nice pictures. It's nothing risque. Do women send you?
you ain't like none of them. You ain't like nail one of them.
But
So
we
we
ain't
talking about you like.
thirsty. Because we not thirsty.
Hey,
Talking about you like them. You ain't
Not
like nail
thirsty.
one of them.
answer
I
the
just want to do
question,
that because
Jay.
the girl. You
Answer
remember
the
girls trip?
question,
Remember girls trip? She did that. Was tripping about the you ain't like my pictures. But go ahead. I'll just
Jay. Answer the question. Do
okay.
women put
Yeah,
DMs in your box of people you don't know?
yeah, you do.
Okay, put stuff in
Don't
your
nobody
box.
want me. Don't nobody want me. Don't nobody.
I want you to answer honestly. Do people
Got it
send you
blocked.
DMs?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay, so
yes. I do.
on
I
that,
do get compliments
you get
every
compliments
now and then. Every now and then.
every now and then. Okay, so the amount of compliments are okay. Let me just rephrase that. The compliments that you get, are they just like you look nice, or is it something with a sexual innuendo behind it?
Are they thirsty?
Are they?
All of them,
'Cause
all of them got
Okay.
sexual innuendos.
So
Every last one of them.
Wow.
okay, so with the same
Every
thing,
last
the
one of
same
them
thing,
do.
but with
Unless they know me, you know.
well, then they shouldn't be DM. They should just straight call you. So
I'm just saying, like, people I know I grew up school with or whatever, they usually, nice
okay,
pick or whatever.
nice what?
Nice
Nice pick.
picture.
This be like
Nice
nice
picture.
pick.
Damn, nice picture.
The
Picture.
P, the P, the P,
Said
So,
something
the
so
PIC.
else. Okay,
K
okay, all right.
So
or
just
T. Wait,
PIC. No.
Okay.
PIC,
the
right.
other pressure is, and I don't know whether you want me to elaborate on that, Kim. The other pressure that I experienced is being a life coach, and Jay can tell you, and Kim is an entrepreneur. She got all kinds of business. For me to show up happy all the time, just because I help people with being happy and fun, I'm still a person.
Right.
So sometimes I want to get on there and be like, I'm not okay. That's pressure. And you're a woman too. You have to be okay. Like everybody depends on you to be okay.
Yeah.
And
But
if not, you're labeled as a bitch.
yeah,
So
well, no, I'm already labeled as a, but you ladies are of a certain age, but when you get 50, you don't gotta be okay. You just, I don't care.
Okay, I got another good one for y'all. Okay, because I actually have one. I'm gonna put a post out about, and this is
Then we're gonna talk about the tongue ring. I got some questions.
See? See?
I
That's
just,
a different episode.
that's a different.
I'm,
So that's coming
but
up.
I'm
That's
just,
taboo too. Okay.
yeah. Oh, it is taboo. It's
It's,
sexual. The tongue
that's
ring
I
is
got them
sexual.
all.
we
Everything's
go to
pierced, baby.
for. So
The
okay,
tongue
so
ring is.
he's like, what?
question for
Oh wow.
you almost made me forget
Wow.
what I was going to say, Jay. You need to stop.
Cause you. All right, my bad.
Stop.
Sorry.
Women, how we have these standards of judgment with two things: judging each other. That's pressure. Okay, huge pressure, and I hate to put this out here, Black men judging us. Okay, now, I will say this: when we get judged, okay, especially wearing hair extensions and things like that, it's a high pressure not to wear hair extensions. Now we want let's go natural, so on and so on. It's a really high pressure to, I don't want this woman with hair extension. I want her to wear her hair natural. But I want to say this much. There's a lot of brothers running around here with what they call them now, men weaves on their head. Okay, they do. They have men
Fuck
weaves.
are you? Men weave.
They have men
Yes.
weaves on their head. Yeah, they do.
Men weave.
Mm-hmm. You
Like,
can have a
It's
whole
sewed
face.
in.
Look right
No,
now.
So
no,
No.
yeah.
glued in,
Their
glued
Glued.
in.
head clean as yours, and they got a men weave on the top of the head. You would never tell the difference. They just
Yep.
so,
With a lining and everything.
Like it's long and all that. You said
No.
or a fade, like a
No.
little fade cap. I mean, what?
That beard, pull it so we know it's real.
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
line up in the middle so we can see if
Like,
it's
pull it.
really
Part it so we can see.
A men wave.
clean
Wow.
weave with a like Jay. I'm talking about fake beards and all that. But women are not demonizing men for that because like some men look really good with them on. You know what I mean? They don't look like a toupee. They don't look fake. They look really natural. And it's okay. But see how it's that's that pressure and that double standard where okay, that's fine for them that they have reinvented and recreated themselves. But now we're expected to go backwards and be Miss Zumbambe with a bone in our tail and never and not even and with where our hair sticking all out. If we don't choose to do that, it's a problem. If we want to wear a relaxer, we want to wear a long flowing hair because you know what? Like I told you, I did hair for 30 years, and I used to put a weave in a girl hair who her hair was to her butt, but she just wanted to have different styles and protective styles. But that is demonized. That's all that we look at now of the outer appearance of a woman and not what they can bring personally, or what the relationship is. So that's a pressure. That's to
Go
me.
ahead, Jay. Answer the question. Here's the mic. Answer the question.
I'm gonna tell you something. You're absolutely right. It's just
Jay like a
unfortunate.
natural woman. Go ahead.
Y'all, no, I'm saying here's what I like. I like a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit. You
Yeah.
know, and in maturity and intelligence and wit and kindness and thoughtfulness. I like all this that shit that money can't buy. That's what I like. But it's, I mean, the packaging in that aspect. Here's my thing. I don't really have a problem with extensions or weaves or nails or any of those other things that are going to enhance your beauty or you feel good about yourself. I just think that you should have substance, and I think that should be evident that you have substance. And it's, and I say it's unfortunate for you all because the images of beauty and what it's
Yeah.
in commercials and advertisements,
Yeah.
it's unfortunately it's not a real good strong representation of women of color for a very, very long time.
Yep.
So what we perceive as beautiful and what we call beautiful and everybody's striving for that doesn't always look like us.
No.
No.
You know, so that's why I say it's a tremendous amount of pressure that I see. And then, as you were saying too, the women that are hard on each other sometimes, I think it's a lot of pressure
All
from
the
that
time.
aspect where, trying to be accepted or fit in or look like my girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I know, like growing up in the '70s, being a little, I ain't light skinned like the last of the light skins, but I had, I had some, I had some,
You snuck in there a little
I
bit.
had right, I had some showing up red brothers back in the day though that scooped up all the girls and the brown skinned, dark skinned fellas always was beat. So from a young age, and the same thing with young ladies, I saw the light skinned women that would discriminate against the dark skinned women, and the dark skinned women would feel this pressure, sometimes to try and look like or act like or be like, and to fit in, to be accepted, to be getting attention. I should see that with my own eyes, and it still to a certain degree goes on to this day. So again, shout out to all the beautiful ladies listening, light skin, dark skin, brown skin, no hair, bald head, long hair, whatever your hair it is, what is in your heart is what JB loves.
Good answer.
And that's what
Okay.
I just wanted to say.
I agree.
I just wanted to say that right there. You know,
Good answer.
I-
Now you gonna get some thirst trap women after this. Go ahead. Good answer.
Exactly.
yeah. But I mean, it's just real that it's unfortunately, and we play a part too. Brothers ain't gonna hear this. When we put that pressure on women and saying, "Oh, I want a woman that had this, and I want one that had that," and only giving
There's
women the
no
attention.
right way. So you
You
got
know,
women over here sucking their stomachs into this big, and their asses is out there.
Do you
dead.
think?
right?
Do you think we give
You know,
ourselves that pressure? Really, honestly.
I
I
think
mean,
it's both.
Go ahead.
like I think, like for instance, confidence. Exuding confidence. Like a sister that is rocking the baldy or like the lowy low of home. To me, this exuding. First and foremost, you have a tremendous amount of confidence in yourself. You know what I mean? And that to me is an
I be
attractive.
rocking the ball, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
I
know,
think I do think you put some pressure on yourselves because you might see what other women are looking like or what other men are saying is beautiful and what other men are
Yeah.
saying and say, I'm not looking like that. So I need to look like that
Yeah.
because I want them to say I'm beautiful too. You know what I mean? And so I know that is a lot of pressure on y'all for that.
I was
I'm,
gonna
I'm giving all y'all hugs. I'm giving all y'all hugs. Women feeling under pressure.
I think we put
You
a lot
know,
of
be
pressure on
yourself.
ourselves.
Be yourself. Just be yourself. Hug. Be yourself.
I was gonna piggy off of that, what you mentioned, growing up, what the media put in front of you of what pretty looked like, what woman was and all those different things. And now it's like that is the new norm to have the big booty, small hips, big lips, long hair,
Right.
like
Right.
perfected cheekbones, all of that. That's the new norm in the media now. And so that's the new influence,
Oh,
Right. Right. Set the
and
bar. The exaggeration bar is high.
Yeah.
exactly. And so a lot of women, definitely, if you go to social media and obviously, I don't know, millions or billions of people on this platform, you turn on the TV, no matter where you turn to look at, you see these well put women together from top to bottom, and race is not even that. It's not even that,
Right.
and that is what your children are looking at. That is what their children are looking at. That
Right.
we all are built different. We look different. Some of us tall, some of us thick, some of us skinny. But if you don't look like this, no matter how skinny you is, you need to buy that butt so you can finish it off.
So you can tip over and make
Yeah.
sure you get the legs
So
with the
so
butt.
so let me ask y'all something, right? So let me ask y'all something. So those talk about pressure. So when I see like the 21-inch waist with the 65-inch booty, that is all manufactured.
Yeah.
Because I don't recall ever seeing a woman like that when I was young, bro.
Yeah, they try to say it's
They was,
cornbread fed, but it's
you know what I'm saying? Y'all see that? It's
They
like
think
you
they
ain't
do
got no
honey cornbread.
stomach,
It must be the
no
honey
waist,
cornbread.
and I don't know. Is it all natural? Like the
No,
hips and the thighs look real big.
they go on TikTok and watch them do the surgeries on it, and it's so scary looking. Like, who want to play around?
That's
with
crazy
that?
pressure.
And
That's a
guess
lot
what
of
they
pressure you'd be
doing?
under to
We're
do
gonna do
that
an
level.
episode on that. We're gonna do an
Wow.
episode. They are going
Wow.
overseas and getting it done. We talk about like sugar daddies are sending these girls overseas and getting it done. And I saw this TikTok on it where the doctor was saying how dangerous it is because you
I
have
was about
all
to say
these
that.
vessels
It's 1 out of 3 of them are diet.
are
Right,
dying.
but y'all know what I'm talking about, that real exaggerated look, right? The little waist with
It's
the real big
major with
thighs and the real big
It's the
butt.
stripper look.
yeah.
It's the look that Kim Kardashian really created that trend. So everybody wants that fake Kim Kardashian look.
Was hers real?
No.
And to what Kimmy's saying, it is become more known how dangerous, like
Yeah.
no one really put that emphasis on how dangerous this surgery is. And I heard it too, where they're saying like you have certain in your behind, you have certain veins that if something is cut the wrong way or whatever it may have you, this veins is what pumps the blood through your body. And if it's, cut the wrong way, your life is at risk there. So it's like, avoid it. Don't do that. Do a diet or, do the exercises, do it the natural way. And so a lot of women have died. A lot of women have went and got removed and had to get all these reconstruction surgeries on their behinds, and they now think about it like, you know what, my behind was actually okay. You know what I'm saying?
But the pressure to try to look like what the media and social media and everybody's portraying. Wow. Wow.
Yep.
To your death. People have here in Philly, they locked up this lady. I don't know if you heard about that, but this was like 2 years ago, where they was taking the caulk from the tub. You know what I mean?
The where?
Caulk. You know, caulk you put around the tub, the caulk.
Oh yeah, put it in every
area. Oh wow.
In the butt. So
wow.
And it gets hard.
A lot of vessels that go through the butt, and it went through and got to the heart and killed and the girl was from England, so her parents had to fly over to Philly, and they was doing it in a hotel room.
Yeah,
they had to fly over to get their child's body.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused.
Years ago, though.
Yep.
So that just made me think about it. It might have been this girl I was dancing with one time on the dance floor. Her butt felt like a tire.
Yeah.
So that might have been.
Dancing. Why were you feeling her butt?
It was a slow song. I mean, we got kind of close. So, go down below the waist, and they don't stop you. They give you the little, it's okay to go a little lower.
So when you felt that tire, what did you do next?
Held on tight.
I was like, damn, do I need to check the air pressure or what? It was weird. I was just like, something didn't feel normal.
You wanted to play basketball?
And I didn't want to grab all of it because I just met her. I really did want to test the rest of it.
A three-pointer?
But we ain't danced no more that night. But that was weird though. That's crazy. Like, I know another thing that a lot of women are under pressure that's been around for decades is the breast augmentation.
Yeah.
I know that's been something that women prior to, all the butt injections, it was the breast injections. And, I know somebody, she actually did it and this is weird, but you know, when she was a coworker and she went and had the surgery, you know, she was like, everybody knew. So of course, when she comes back from the surgery, I do get a pass and at least a 24-hour permission to look directly at your new breast because you're back at work now, right? So everybody knows you got them. You got to, you know, you can't come back and not expect people, right, to look freely. I mean, you know,
So
this
did you
is the one
ask her? What did you have that 24-hour window to just
time.
look at her
You know what I
breast?
wanted to ask her? What everybody wanted to ask her? What did you just do? Because she didn't look no different. She
I
came
was going
back
to
and it
ask
was
you, what
the
was the
same
size
size.
of this? Yeah.
She
Mm.
didn't, I don't know what she did, but they were the
Did she just
same
lift
size.
them?
Maybe she got a breast
She
lift.
had them lifted.
They were still the
That's
same size. I heard you say lifted, but I mean, I'm telling you, it didn't look no different. And that was the weirdest thing. And I was like, yo, man, you see, you know, so I was like, that is a lot of pressure to be under to
Well,
go and
let
have
me
a breast job and you really not even getting, you know what I'm saying? Like I would think if I was a good dude, you would know I got it when I walk in the door. You
what?
gonna know if I went and
Make it
paid
worth
that
your
money.
time.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna have you got to put them in a shopping cart now. I'm coming through the door. You gonna know I'm breaking Guinness Book of World Records or something. But it was just I thought it was very odd though, seriously, to go through that and not be any significant difference. That's some
Mhm.
pressure.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all
That's
this.
some pressure.
I don't know. I think I had told Jay this a long time ago, but when I was younger, I had none. I mean, like I was little itty bitty titty committee for real. Like I was like so self-conscious because I was just, everybody in my grade school, they like developed way before me, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I was like, damn, did something go wrong with my DNA or something? What the hell happened? And I remember my dad telling me, girl, you don't want no breasts, you don't need none. You know what I mean? And I was like, when I get old, I'm gonna get me a breast job. You know what I mean? I said, I definitely want one. Because I was self-conscious. That's what's the pressure. Because think about, I was in school, and everybody goes through puberty, and I was like, I always had nice legs, I always had a nice butt, but hell, something stopped at the top. Nothing grew. I was like,
The proportion is off, huh? The
yes,
proportion is off.
what the hell? I used to wear like, white beaters in the summertime, and like guys, she'd be like, what happened to you up at the top? You know what I mean? I was like, that's self-conscious,
That's
It was,
cold.
yeah,
Did you
That's cold.
when you
did
go
you
to
stuff your bra?
I stuffed it. I went on a prom. My dad told me it's some styrofoam down there. Put that up in your
Oh
bra.
Lord.
It just never worked.
Wow.
This is all small, and the styrofoam stick out like that. It just, you look deformed. You know what I mean?
You
And
look
I just look
obviously
yeah,
right. Wow.
prom.
That's
I mean, I
styrofoam.
look like
Maybe
somebody
some
with
socks.
Madonna with the Ultraman bra on,
Yeah, the
and
pointy.
I was all bony and skinny up here. But just to say, it was just a pressure of
Mhm.
wanting that because I wanted to fit in. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I wanted to fit in, and that was a big thing. Going to buy a bra that was a 36D, and I was like a 32A. And
Mhm.
stuffing it. Then I was like, oh, I'm itching, and just different things like that.
Hmm.
It's mentally torturing
Mm-mm.
on both ends. You know what I mean?
That's
And at
bad.
the end of the day,
I got you. I got you.
you're never going to be perfect. You got to accept who you
Who
are
you are.
and be happy with it. But if I actually know a person that had a breast job, and they messed it up, and her nipple was pointing downward. You know what I mean? So she had to have like,
God.
jacked up. Like
She was sad.
She was
it was
saying.
just one,
if
the last one breast pointing downward,
her nipple is big, it's sad. The
It's
nipple's
sad.
downward, and then you have to have surgery to
Oh,
fix that. It's like,
Mhm.
what's that?
dang.
Yeah, because they literally
It's
take your
okay.
nipple off, and then they got to put it back
Back
on.
on.
So
Yeah.
whatever it heals, it could heal in the wrong way. That's the
Will
thing.
it have filling anymore?
Probably not. Not if you done cut it 10
Oh,
times.
Yeah.
well,
so it'll become like wings on a penguin, useless.
What?
It's sad.
Okay, all
but
right.
while you talking, I'm thinking about the pressures that I had in growing up with the family. Like
Mm,
my mom, who was always, your nose is so wide, and you gaining so much weight,
Oh
and
yeah, that's my mom
and
all day.
And if I didn't have, and I can't say it didn't damage me, but if I didn't have enough sense to know to be happy with myself,
Mm.
because Kim knows I have conversations with her about all the time. She'll ask me in a minute, how's your weight? The same as it was yesterday. Fact. Like, the hell? What you keep asking me for? Like the pressure of how they used to dress and
Uh-huh.
stomach all cinched in and stockings on and slips on and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was just really was a lot of pressure growing up. And that's probably why I act the way I do. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the type of attitude that you have to build within yourself as far as becoming secure just from all different types of pressures. Because Celeste, I agree with you about family. My mom is the same way. Like even like with my hair being natural or flat iron, I went and got my hair flat iron today. She gonna tell me she missed the one in the back. She missed some in the back. I
Mom, look it out. Look it out.
But everything doesn't have to be a criticism. And that's what my mom.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
I deal with that every day.
That is pressure, right? That is something. You're right, because our environments, from the home, we always want, as we always say, our children to do better than what we did. But there's a lot of times we don't realize there's a lot of pressure you're putting on them and critiquing and ridiculing, that is affecting self-esteem, is affecting
Yeah.
confidence,
Yeah.
and it causes you to go out here, as you say, well, I got to find some kind of supplement because I ain't good enough.
I had
I need to do something else because
I-
everybody tells me, everybody tells me I don't look like what everybody's clapping for. I don't look like that, and
One
I
That
hear
was
it at home.
topic that I think that we need it's always the best one. Women are always pressured sexually to, be honest. We are pressured sexually to be great performers, to
always be on.
always be able to um, go above and beyond for our man, or we may not keep our man. Somebody might take our man or whatever. That's a huge pressure, is it not, ladies? Are we not having? Do we not? Because think about it. The clothes, the lingerie, and everything is built to what? Entice our man. Entice
Yeah.
our man, right?
Mhm.
Is that not a pressure? Your ass not going to bed with that bonnet on your head and your pajamas looking like you had them for 10 years, and hope and pray that your man could be good with that. Because after a while, he may not be good with that. He may find something else that he's good with. So is that not a pressure?
Jay?
Well, I speak to that. I feel like
Jay, this is my
Celeste,
question, y'all.
Celeste,
You say
don't
Jay.
ask me to say something, Celeste. Yeah, well, I'm
Well,
gonna get to
Jay,
it.
you be bringing the pressure.
Pressure.
I feel like
Get under
maybe
the covers, that's all.
I feel like maybe when I was younger and didn't really have that sense of confidence and identity and those things, I didn't know me. I did let my subconscious, which is pretty much what, and I'll just put it in this way, it's what older women tell you. Oh, you better cook. You don't do it, somebody else will. If you don't do this, somebody else will. If you do
Right.
what? But the truth of the matter is, you can be, and I'm gonna be frank. You could be sucking, ducking, and plucking, and you can do it all. And it's not about what you're doing or not doing. It's about that man and where he's at in life.
Yeah.
So I don't put those pressures on me. I show up as me. I show up in my full totality as Crystal Lee. And if that's not enough, then and somebody else is, by my be my guest. So when it comes to
Let me pack
sexual acts, yeah, when it comes to sexual acts and things of that fashion too, again, I'm willing to learn this and do that, but I don't perform in hopes of this will keep you, because these things are not truly the point. These things are not really what matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's same thing with the man. Like, he can try to bring all the money to me, buy me the biggest house, give me the biggest cars, and that probably won't keep me. I probably want the man that's the janitor. Like, it depends on the person. So I would say, if it is a woman out there especially a young woman that's feeling that pressure, like, don't let that be your reality. Don't go around basing your womanhood and your value, whether it's sexual or any form of fashion, based off of what a man accepts or likes or whatever may have you. Be you, and who's for you will be for you, and who's for him will be for him. And if there's each other, that's what it will be.
Yeah. And a good rule of thumb is a kept person will be kept.
Yeah.
They don't want to be kept. They gonna
I'll be
soar.
kept.
They gonna spread their wings.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
And not only that, it's so much easier to be yourself.
It's
It's
so
so
much easier.
exhausting. Girl, I might be trying to wear them little outfits for about 2 days, and I'll be sweating. I just can't do it.
And that's funny because what I was gonna say too was, you know, that old saying, what you do in the beginning, you got to keep doing it throughout the relationship. You know, you get excited. See, you know, I'm not saying that you should go above and beyond in hopes of trying to keep a man, but you can't wave the freak flag and then decide to put it back up,
That's true.
you know, later on, you know, and have good conversations about it. So
Yes, we do that.
assuming that we're talking about somebody that is a person you're connected with and your energy and you're compatible in that area, I think that, you know, when it comes down to that, there's no pressure. There's no pressure.
It's no pressure.
But
Jay,
just
that's
give it to me.
pressure.
Don't
That's
hold
pressure.
back. Give it to me. Don't hold back. I'm just saying.
If I meet
There's
you
no
and
pressure.
I'm a freak of the week and I'm tired now because I'm getting older, that's pressure. I ain't gonna be too freaky now. A chick tired, I'm out of breath, I'm getting older.
Listen,
So
I understand. I understand that you're gonna be tired sometimes. I'm just saying me. But then when you're not tired, you should be swinging from the chandeliers.
Yeah.
Swinging from the chandeliers. Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah.
I was going to say that. I thought the older, because this is what I keep hearing, the older a woman gets, the more freakier she gets. And I'm not trying to get too much off topic.
That is not the truth.
That's not. I'm not saying. Okay.
She married.
Who you asking now? I'm just saying, who you asking? Who you asking? Who you asking now?
You hanging out the chandelier.
Wait a minute.
Hey, it's the older ones out here got plenty of gas in the tank now.
I think it's because Kim got it right there, right? But when I got to make sure I get all that shit.
You got to get it in. It's kind of like when you're single.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Like when you're single, there's no penis at home. So when you do get it in, you just got to make sure that it's.
You be giving them some water and go like this. How many minutes you need? 15 to be good.
15.
Need a sandwich?
Wow.
Don't eat too much, you're gonna get sleepy.
You gonna get a cramp. You gonna get a cramp.
Fails. Just a sandwich.
Ooh, good Lord. Good Lord.
But it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. It could be a pressure.
But I think you're right. The older women, because you know we ain't old yet. The older women.
Oh yeah, we talking about seniors, like
the seniors.
Well,
I was about to say I was looking forward for that. I was like, all right now.
Oh no. The freaky part is right. But the older.
But there are a lot of younger women. There are a lot of young women now that are like, hey, you know, that are younger but got it together in terms of, I don't need anybody to provide anything for me, so to speak. I've got my life.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming to a point now, like they waving that freak flag real fast. You know, like let it be known. This is what's going down, and I ain't holding nothing back.
I think a lot of us were freaky at the beginning, but we had the kids and we had to keep everything grounded.
Factors
when the kids leave out the house, I don't know about y'all, but I put the extra lock on the door. Y'all got the key, but y'all, that lock is on the door.
It's going down.
Don't even try. They call me and tell me the screen door is locked. I say, yes, it is.
You just go ahead on, right. Just go ahead and call the man. Just go ahead. You just go ahead and call the repairman, because something about to get broke in this house. We about to break a table. We about to break something. The damn sink, faucet, or something.
That's some good pressure right there. That's some good pressure to have as a woman.
Pressure bust pipes. But
yeah, pressure. But
of course, you're expected to be this great mom. You're supposed to cook all this food. You're expected to show up beautiful in the morning, and that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Ah,
Right.
ah,
yeah,
So
that's true.
ultimately, what we're saying is that the pressure is, what you make it. You know what I mean? You gotta
yep.
choose.
Hmm.
You gotta choose what pressure you're going to take on, because you're not going to eliminate all pressure, but
No,
you
No.
you're
gotta,
not.
you gotta choose the battle.
Yeah.
You rather have the sexual pressure, because everybody benefits from that in a relationship, but
Hmm.
pressure from a peer or pressure from another woman or something like that. Hey, that's something that you can avoid. But it's not
Right.
something that you have to be involved in. So I think this was a really really good episode. It was fun. It was definitely transparent, and even in the enlightenment of it, we hit a lot of really good points that people are experiencing as women. So in closing, I just want to go around and just get your closing thoughts. And my thought is, I think that be you, do you. At the end of the day, nobody can be you. So it doesn't matter what people expect of you, long as you have your own expectation, and it keeps you in a safe realm of a healthy mental sanity. You giving yourself self-love and self-care, then do you. That's my thought on it. What do you feel about it, Jay?
Oh, I absolutely echo those sentiments as well. It starts with self love. I just want to say to all the women out here, first of all, thank y'all for being here tonight on the porch with us. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the conversation, really engaging. And all the listening women out there that may be struggling with feeling like they're under pressure, to love yourself, love who you are, the way God made you, uniquely beautiful. And I love you for that. Just let that inner beauty shine. That's what's most important. So I just want to say that. And again, thank y'all for being here with us tonight. Much respect. Peace.
And the ladies of high heels and tea, what do you have to say?
Um,
I, I can say, just piggybacking off of you guys, just understanding your self-worth. I think a lot of times, ladies, we have to take time from ourselves and find out who we are. Learn us, learn to love us. Once we are okay and secure with ourselves, our flowers and our lights gonna shine, and we're gonna have those people and the pressures coming at us, but we have to know that we're stable, and as long as we're stable mentally, we'll be fine.
yeah, and I'll say, kind of in the same realm of everyone else, just you know, be excited to be you,
Mm-hmm.
and be afraid to not be you. You know, and that will really help you when it comes to dealing with a lot of pressure, dealing with all the different things that society puts on you, whether it's in your household, work, or whatever may have you. When you learn how to show up more as who you are in the world, those pressures will definitely ease. They will definitely die down. Some will exist, and there's a such thing as good pressure and bad pressure, but
Mhm.
so it will always exist. But just continue to practice on being yourself, and be scared to not be yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Celeste, girl, close it up.
I work every day on making sure I show up exactly how people want me to, being an individual and being myself,
Mhm.
bringing me, because I don't want nobody else to be like me, just me.
Mm-hmm.
And how other people think about me is not my business. I don't care.
It's not your business.
I don't care. It's just too stressful. Girl, it's just so much easier just to be me, all my mess and everything. And it just
Mm-hmm.
be wonderful. So that's how I roll. And I've been like that for years, Kim. I mean, I think I'm luscious. I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm sexy. I think I'm all of the above. And it stops me from having to think about what people think and how people feel.
Mhm.
Yo, I don't give a shit. I'm real.
Period.
Well, I need to know. I just need to know. I just need to know how you think about the tongue ring.
I'm just
I was
saying.
gonna
I
say.
know.
I
Look,
knew she was
stay on, stay behind after the stove. I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all stick around. We get off the air. We're gonna get hot and steamy.
Okay. We're
gonna
gonna
say.
turn the record off. Before we go, again, we thank you for joining us tonight. And we cannot say it enough that you brought so much substance to this episode. And before we close, tell everybody where they can reach you at, your social media, or how you want to be reached, because that's very important. And again,
Right. I'm going to follow y'all right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
was
follow
looking.
them.
I was looking. I couldn't find them. I looked.
Yeah. So, spell it out.
So we have several different platforms.
Yeah.
Of course, we gotta state our natural
Sure.
podcast platform as
Yes. High Heels and Tea. You can find the High Heels and Tea podcast on Instagram by going to high_heels_tea_podcast. Just search High Heels and Tea and podcast on Facebook. We're working on doing the other platforms like YouTube, etc. But right now we're not on YouTube. My personal info, I welcome you to contact me with that and connect with me on Instagram as well. What's my handle? I am _ Crystal Lee is my personal handle. And once you go to that, it will connect you to absolutely everything else that I have going on.
I'm
and
about
on
to
that
thirst
note
trap.
as well.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm about to thirst trap y'all my damn self. Okay, I'm
Oh,
just.
What is,
I'm just saying. With the
say,
big-
say it again. What is it?
No, you
Say
don't
it
want to
again.
see it yet, Jay. No, not yet. Not yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know they was crazy. Yeah.
and as she said,
Have you seen the pictures, Kim?
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Crystal?
why you're thirst trapping me.
Celeste,
sorry.
what is wrong with Celeste?
Wait till you see it. Jay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's
We
okay.
don't know why.
We don't understand what's happening here.
I'm sorry.
but,
I'm sorry.
You're fine, Celeste. So my personal page, which also will give you access to all of my other pages as well, is at _just_re_ on Instagram, and you can follow me on Facebook by just my name, and that's just Brianda Hunt.
Hold on. You say underscore, because y'all do a lot of
I'm gonna send
underscoring
it
now.
to you, Jay.
What's all the
Because a
underscores
lot
for?
of stuff
Everybody,
don't be
a lot
available.
of underscores.
Jay, I
You
sent
know,
it
oh, man. Underscore,
you-
what is it?
Well, send it to us.
If you go to
Just-
Send it to
If
us.
you just go to High Heels and Tea podcast, we'll be there.
Yeah, you'll see it in their information.
Jay, I send it to you so you can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah. So again, this was an outstanding episode. We will be following you guys. I know you already follow us, and again, we appreciate it. So this is the episode for Let's Chit Chat Sis. Again, we are always here to inspire and empower, never to offend, like Celeste always said. So I hope everyone enjoyed this episode and join us again next Sunday for our next episode. I am Kimmy.
And I'm your girl Celeste.
It's your boy JB from NC.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye
Peace and
bye.
love.